Imagine relying on your monthly pension to pay rent, buy groceries, or afford your medication, only to find out it hasn't arrived. You check your account, you wait, and it's not there. You feel that rising panic. Now multiply that by the millions of seniors across Canada who are going through the exact same thing. In 2025, something has changed. The dates for CPP and OAS payments have been shuffled, and many retirees had no idea. Some are confused, others are scrambling, and a few are facing real financial strain because of it. This is not a small update. It's a serious shift in how and when your retirement income arrives. And if you don't understand these changes now, you could be one of the many caught off guard next. This video is for every Canadian who receives CPP, OAS, or GIS. If you depend on those monthly payments to keep the lights on, pay your mortgage, or put food on the table, you need to watch until the end. This isn't just for those nearing retirement. If you have parents, grandparents, or elderly neighbors who rely on their pension to survive, this affects them too. Because when those payments shift, even by a few days, it can cause overdrafts, missed rent, unpaid bills, and more. So stick with us, because we're not only going to explain what's changed, but also how you can protect yourself and others you care about from being caught off guard. Here's exactly what we're going to break down. The new 2025 payment schedule for CPP and OAS, why Service Canada made these changes, how GIS recipients are affected, and most importantly, step-by-step tips on how you can prepare so you're not hit with late fees or financial disruptions. And don't worry, we've created a simple way for you to keep track of the new dates. Whether you bank online or rely on your local branch, there are strategies you can use to stay ahead of these unexpected changes. Let's begin with the core of the issue. For decades, Canada's pension payments followed a reliable routine. CPP and OAS payments were usually deposited during the last few business days of the month or on the first working day of the next month. That rhythm helped seniors plan their rent, utilities, medication, groceries, everything. But in 2025, Service Canada has made adjustments to those timelines. The deposits now arrive on a different schedule, sometimes earlier, sometimes later, and that inconsistency is causing chaos for seniors living on tight budgets. What used to be predictable is now uncertain, and if you didn't catch the change in time, the consequences are real. So why did this happen? According to Service Canada, these changes were made to align with updated government processing cycles, changes in statutory holiday dates, and banking requirements. In other words, technical reasons that most people weren't aware of or prepared for. But the bigger issue is communication. Many seniors were not properly notified. Some missed the government's announcement, others assumed it didn't apply to them, and some found out only when their rent came due and the pension wasn't there yet. Now let's look at the real-world impact. In January 2025, many seniors expected their CPP and OAS to arrive around the end of December, or by January 2nd, as had been the pattern in previous years. Instead, the payment came on January 7th, a full week into the new year. For someone on a fixed income, that 5 or 6 day delay meant late rent, missed hydro payments, and even skipped meals. Then came March, where payments arrived early on March 25th, instead of the usual 28th or 29th. Again, some people were caught off guard, not because of bad budgeting, but because the schedule had changed without sufficient warning. Let's look at the full list of 2025 CPP and OAS payment dates, so you can see how widely they vary. January 7th, February 25th, March 25th, April 28th, May 28th, June 25th, July 29th, August 28th, September 25th, October 29th, November 26th, December 23rd. These dates deviate significantly from previous years, when most payments came around the 27th to 29th. In 2025, some payments arrive as early as the 23rd and others as late as the 7th of the following month. That variability is what's catching people off guard. Let's talk about how to protect yourself. First, write down the full 2025 schedule. Don't rely on memory or assumptions. Print it out. Tape it to your fridge. Set calendar reminders in your phone or on your wall calendar. Second, enable deposit notifications with your bank. Most banks let you set alerts for incoming payments. This way, you'll know the exact moment your pension hits your account. Third, talk to your landlord, mortgage lender, or utility company. Let them know your government deposit dates have changed. In many cases, they'll be willing to shift your billing date by a few days. Fourth, if you can, build a small emergency fund. Even just $100 to $200 can cover groceries or essentials in a delay. Finally, if you find yourself in a financial emergency, contact local resources. Food banks, provincial aid programs, and senior support networks can help bridge the gap. Now let's take a moment to focus on seniors who are especially vulnerable, those receiving GIS. GIS is tied to your OAS eligibility. So if OAS is delayed, your GIS payment is delayed too. In early 2025, many GIS recipients had to wait an additional 3 to 5 days for their payments. For low-income seniors, that delay can mean going without heat, skipping meals, or borrowing money just to stay afloat. The ripple effect is serious. It's not just an inconvenience. It's a crisis for many households. For seniors living in rural communities or without internet access, it's even worse. Many go in person to their bank on the 28th expecting a deposit. If it's not there, confusion and panic set in. This is especially hard on those who aren't as digitally connected. And here's a question many are asking. Can I request an early payment if I really need it? Unfortunately, the answer is no. CPP and OAS are processed in a batch nationwide. There is no way to accelerate your payment unless a rare administrative error occurs. Everyone is paid on the same day. That's why preparation is so crucial. Looking ahead, you might be wondering, will this new payment schedule continue in 2026 and beyond? Right now, Service Canada hasn't confirmed whether the 2025 shift is a one-time event or part of a permanent change. But based on the way these updates were rolled out, and the fact that government systems have already been adjusted, it's very possible this new format could continue. That's why it's essential to stay informed and connected. These aren't just minor tweaks. They can directly affect your rent, utilities, medical expenses, and overall peace of mind. Let's quickly recap the key takeaways. CPP and OAS payment dates have changed in 2025, with some dates falling earlier or later than usual. GIS payments can also be delayed due to OAS timing. Many seniors were caught by surprise due to poor communication from Service Canada. Late payments can result in late fees, overdrafts, and budgeting stress. You can protect yourself by printing the schedule, setting banking alerts, communicating with bill collectors, and preparing a small emergency buffer. And if you're in crisis, remember, support resources are available. If there's one thing 2025 has taught us, it's that we can no longer take pension deposit dates for granted. For seniors who rely on every dollar to arrive on time, even a short delay can be a major disruption. That's why it's more important than ever to not only stay informed, but to help others stay informed too. Take a moment to check in with an elderly neighbor, a friend without internet access, or a relative who might have missed this update. Just a short conversation could save them from late fees or financial stress. And if you work with seniors, whether as a caregiver, social worker, or community volunteer, make sure they know about the new CPP and OAS payment schedule for 2025. By spreading awareness now, we can help create a network of preparedness, where no one is left wondering why their pension didn't arrive when expected. A little planning goes a long way. So, what can you do right now? First, share this information with someone you know, a parent, grandparent, neighbor, anyone who relies on government pensions. Too many people still don't know the payment dates have changed. Second, take 10 minutes today to plan. Mark down the payment dates, adjust your budget, and prepare now, before the next unexpected shift hits your wallet. Staying one step ahead can make the difference between peace of mind and unnecessary financial stress. Lastly, keep yourself updated. The payment system may change again, and the best way to protect your future income is by staying informed, because the more you know,